there we go. This is the spindle. All right, it's 304 stainless, which is right here. I just cut it on the bandsaw. It's the only thing I've done. I'll show you. It was sitting over there. I don't know if you remember. There was another one. All right, so here it is. Cut it on the bandsaw. Deburn it on the disc sander. That's it. There's two things that I want to show you this video that we haven't done. Number one is this. We're gonna tap on the lathe. All right. Number two, we're gonna make internal threads on the lathe. Okay. Number two is this spiral that you see here. Okay. This is what's called a helix, and what I'm gonna it's a lot like threading. Okay. There's some steps missing. There's quite a few steps missing in threading, and excuse me. Usually I do a video on threading. There was one last semester, but there's so many videos on YouTube about threading. I'm gonna put the spiral in, and if you want to, I mean, you know, you can look up a video on threading. Plus, you really need to do it. All right, it's just you're not gonna you'll watch the video and you're like, I want to do it, and you want to do it, and I know that. So I'm gonna put in a spiral instead of threading. I designed the spiral, the actual helix here, to have a 32nd of an inch radius, and that happens to be the tip of these carbide inserts. Okay. And so this is just like the tool we've been using, this is the left-hand tool, all right? It's real close. See that? I mean, it's up to this wall here, okay? It's gonna be about like that, all right? It's gonna be a little bit, it's not gonna be perfectly aligned, it's gonna be a little bit like that, so I can get that in there, okay? Without having to grind away my insert tool. Also, I ran the 2 threads per inch on the lathe, just without anything in there, and this tool's really humming along. I mean, it's really moving. Okay, to do this, and so I might widen this channel right here, and what that is this channel right here is in threading land is called a thread relief, and what that is a way for me to get out. Okay, so when I come along here, there's no way for me to stop right at some point around this diameter. I need a place where I can stop the threading process and get out. All right, so I might widen that. By the way, we put this in first before we do the helix. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and all these holes that are left over from all the parts that we've been doing, I wanted to say, we're gonna do those all in one shot one day, okay? All the parts, we're gonna drill all the holes and tap all the holes. All right, I think that's it. Oh, you've seen just about everything, so there's some facing and some turning. Obviously I'm gonna be removing more than half of the material on this piece of stainless, so I think that I'm gonna do a lot of that off camera, okay? I'll show you every setup, and we'll just go from when I start, and then I'll come down and you'll watch me finish, then change, okay? That's how, you don't need to sit there and watch that, all right? So we're off. Okay. So what I'm gonna have to do is, we've got 2.375 plus a quarter, so that's, what's that? Let's see, 2.375 plus 0.25 is 2. So I want this out, hanging out of the lathe about 3 inches. A little bit more. Yeah, right there. That'll be good. Yeah. Okay. And actually, I think what I'm going to do too is, even though there's quite a bit inside the chuck, and this is pretty sturdy and it's stainless, okay, I think I'm still going to support it with a center. I could change my mind. The reason is I want this to be, it'll still deflect. When I'm turning it, it'll still want to deflect. And so what happens is that this side ends up to be like a little bit bigger than down here where it's really supported, okay? So I don't know yet. We're gonna face it. I'm gonna put a center in, and I'll see. We'll see how it goes, okay? So let's get this in here. All right. Here. Let's see how we're looking. Not bad at all. Okay. Within a couple already. So I realize, I know, you guys, I use the forge all every day, so I might make this look a little easier than it actually is. Plus, I got this great chuck, have to say. And sometimes I go out because I need to get it tighter, even because it falls in so quickly. Let's see here. I'm gonna grab a different spot of the material. See what a difference that makes? Not trippy, because it's not round. When you buy stuff, it's not, see, it's changing all the time. It's not round when you buy it. Okay. So that's within a thou. Okay. Here's our tool. And let's see. Phone stand. All right. Tool. Come around here. I'm gonna run 360. Okay. And then as I go down in diameter, I might start speeding it up. Let's see what this looks like before we. Yeah, that's running pretty good. Let's see where I'm at here. All right, in case anyone's wondering, actually I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna do this at about 6.5 thousandths per revolution, so that's my feed rate, okay? And which way am I going? Let's see, let's just pop off these high spots. Okay, there we go. And I'm only doing this so I can see what my depth is gonna be. I think let's try 10 on that, because it's still not flat. So let's see how that Wish in the center, I wish I could speed it up, the spindle speed. And that's the beauty of CNC machines. They'll do that. That's pretty good. I'll leave that. Okay, so let's see. Now, so there's my 0 was at 10. And now we're gonna do another 10. I'm gonna do another 10 because I didn't lock the carriage. And the stainless, I need to lock the carriage. So we're gonna do that again. Okay. If I were to take a bigger cut, depth-wise, it would the chips would probably break, and I wouldn't have strings like I do now. Get these out of here. Hate them. All right. Yeah, we will take that for sure. Okay, I think like I said, I think I'm gonna put in a center. Okay. That's also the center for the tap, okay? Okay. That's need to be around there. I know you'll reach. Come on. Okay. All right. That's too tight. Okay. Let's see how that's running. Yeah, looks pretty good. All right. Touch off. Just gonna take 10. See what this looks like here. So we didn't get the Holt right. So we're gonna do another 5. That looks like we're getting the whole thing. All right, don't like that. What's going on? I'm going to speed this up. Yeah, we're good. All right, so in case anyone's wondering about the insert, okay, I'm probably gonna use this tip up when to get through down to 1.125", okay. Most likely I am going to use that tip up, and even if it's not used up, when I get to the finish, I'm gonna put a new corner in, okay. So let's get a 0, which is right there. Let me get this. I'm just gonna file this burr off. All right. Yeah, and that way I don't have to worry about getting a false reading. And let's get a new 0. Okay, and we have to go 2.375. all right, so let's take in our 2. So there's 1. Okay, there's 2, and what I'm gonna do, come on, is this will work back. So we're at 2 inches, and now I know that at 375, 0.375 on my indicator, that's where I need to stop. All right, let's see how 20s look. That's 20s depth of cut. Actually, let's do 30, because I know better. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and I'm gonna stop at 370, okay? Because I want to save myself 5 thousandths on that back wall. All right, so 30. 30s are working. Hang on, I forgot. I am going to kick the feed rate up, all right? And because I don't want to stay here all day, and I'm going to break the chip. $370. All right, so I turn the machine off. I know I'm breaking chip, which is great, and I'm gonna get rid of these strings. Okay. All right. We're off. All right, so I let this, it was warm, it was hot, so I let this cool down. I cleaned up the lathe a little. Don't worry, I didn't miss anything. We're at about 150 thou, 150. The support definitely worked, okay? So I'm leaving that in there. And I don't remember if you guys got to see me flip an insert before. I don't know if I did that on camera. So I'm just gonna flip. By the way, I'll show you up close. That insert made it. I could probably do the finish pass with this insert, but I am gonna flip it anyway. Okay, and all right. So I'll show you how we do that. I would normally blow out the Allen, the socket screws, but I don't have compressed air, as we all know, and I keep saying over and over and over again. And I'm getting a little frustrated not having compressed air, I gotta be honest with you. So, all right. I'm gonna try and not move anything, okay? And what I'm gonna do is take this out too, and where is it? Where is it? There it is. Need a rag here, and I would normally blow this out, but I'm going to make sure that there's no chips in here with a rag in my pick. Looks okay. Yeah, all right, there we go. Yeah, all right. And then chips on this. Put this back. Okay. And let's see what we got here. Got a little something there. All right. So I'm gonna flip it, okay? And make sure that, yeah, okay, everything's good. I'm gonna start that screw there, just start it. Put this in. Make sure it's lined up. And it'll fully, there it goes. Screw this in. Not too tight. Don't want to tighten these up tight, okay? Because there's lots of forces on that, and if you tighten them up too tight, they will, these screws will strip on you, all right? So you don't tighten those up. You just snug them up, make sure you're all set, we're all set, all right. So about 150, okay? So let's see here. I'm going to make an adjustment. All right, and I'm gonna slow this down now, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead 150, and I wanna be at 126. So I was at 1.150, all right? And I wanna be at 126, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take 15, and I want to make sure that everything is looking good, okay? So other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this burr here. Okay. So 15, 5, 10. So there's 15. All right. Let's see how we're doing. That looks pretty good. Okay. Right there. Okay. Sorry, I forgot the mics. It's pretty good. All right. So this says that's about 8. And down here, a little under 8. So I've got a little bit, still this helped out a lot, but I got a little bit of taper in there. I got about 1/2 thousandths of taper. Yeah, okay, so I have about 1/2 thousandths of taper. So if we say, I think you might be able to see better here. These calipers are pretty accurate. So that's, right? There's that 8 I was looking at. And there's that 7.5 right there, okay? So, let's say 7.5, okay? How can I show you this? So let's say it's saying that. Okay, we want to go to 26. Okay, so that's 2 and 4. It's 6 thousandths. We're going to cut 6 thousandths, and we're going to cut 6 thousandths and finish it. Okay, so there's a heavy 6. It's like 6.5 thousandths. All right, here we go. Okay, so here's the part that sucks. When I go into that corner, all hell breaks loose. 375. Oh, we're doing really good. Forgot the wrench. I'll lock the carriage and come out. We're good. I'll probably have a couple little chatter marks because I'm such a moron. I forgot the carriage wrench, but we're looking pretty good. Okay. All right. That looks pretty good. That's pretty nice. Let's see what we got. We want 126. So that's going to be, what's that going to be? That is going to say that, okay? It's going to say on the datum, it's going to say 1. Let's see what we got. 1 and like 1 1/4. That's pretty good. So this is going to say 1 or just a hair under. All right, we did it. All right, see that? Okay. This micrometer actually does measure in tenths. I wonder if I can get that to say, let's see. We're pretty on. That's pretty on. That's on 126. And out here we are at, I'm gonna say 126.3. So 126 and 3/10. All right. So that's done. Okay. That looks pretty good, and there might be a little bit of chatter in there, but that's pretty good. Okay. All right. Get rid of some of this. Okay. Now the fun part, right? We are gonna put in this spiral. I almost said threads. So what I gotta do is I'm gonna use this tool, and I'm wondering if I can keep the support in. So let's take this tool out. Okay. Okay. Ooh, chips. And bring this around like about, I think about there. Try that, see if that works. We're not taking a big cut, all right? We're gonna take really small cuts because we're gonna have to go as slow, I think, as the lathe can actually go. Oops, what am I doing? All right. Okay. Okay. And if we don't get to use the center, that's okay. I'd like to use the center, but no, we're not going to be able to use the center. No problem. So we'll just take the center away. The corner of the tool holder was going to run into the ram, is why. So let's get rid of this. And I had double locked it just to make sure it wouldn't move. Okay. And what we're gonna do is, I forgot to do something. I'm sorry. Real quick, I forgot to do something. And we gotta do it. I'm gonna put my chamfer tool in. Okay. And I'm just eyeballing it. Okay. And yeah, I don't have the depth set on this, but the height, I don't have the height set on that. Go ahead and chamfer this. Okay. I might as well chamfer this too. Since it's out. Okay. All right. Put this back in. Let's see. Okay. Let's start here. Let's start here. I'm gonna probably have to adjust my tool angle, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eyeball this, and I want to put the relief in. It's at 2 inches. See that? 2 inches, okay? And let's see, but I want to check my clearance first. So there's, I'm watching, see if I'm gonna hit. Okay, that's too, gonna have to adjust my angle again. It's all in the setup. Bring this around like that. That'll work. Let me see. Eyeball that. Okay. Adjust my indicator. Two inches. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there's one. Coming up here. 9. And I'm hitting still. I know it's not straight. I know. All right, let's try that. So the only thing that I did is, I already told you, I ran this with nothing in there. I wanted to see how fast this was going to happen. And it's fast. So I'm going to see about something here. So where's one? I just need to be able to clear this shoulder without crashing. And that will do it. It's close, but it's about 1/8 of an inch, so that's okay. I'm gonna take it. For sure, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put in that relief, okay? That's what I'm gonna do right now. And I don't need this anymore. Yeah, there's no way for me to follow. I'll still set it up. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll still set this up, and I'll give it 100 thou of preload. I know I lost some of you on that one. I know I did. Okay. Just leave it. It's going to be too fast for me to use anyway. I just know that it is. So let's go ahead. And I got clearance. All right. All right. So it basically touched, and what I'll do is I'll zero my dial, and I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in about. No, yeah. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm glad I did that. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this thread relief just a little bit bigger, okay? So the radius is 31, and I'm just gonna double it, all right? So that means that I'm gonna move it over 15 thousandths, okay? I'm glad I set that. So there's 5 thousandths after my 0, and I'm going to machine over 15 and then go back to 0, okay? There's another, let's say there's 10. I'm gonna go over 15. Yeah, back to 0. I'm gonna plunge in. I'm gonna go to about 45, okay? So there's another 10. 15. Okay. And let's do another 10. 10. 15, back to 0. There's 45. So that's my almost done. All right. So that looks pretty good, okay? And that'll give me enough space to come out of, okay? Ooh, there's a chip there. Let's get rid of that chip. Yeah. All right. So we got rid of that chip that was in there. Okay. Now. All right. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the lathe up to cut 2 threads per inch. All right. And I'm going to show you something, okay? What I was doing, like I was saying, when there's nothing in here, okay? So we have to set the chart up, right? So this is saying that we're in E, which is coarse. So up here, make sure you guys can see this. So up here, we're going to move this lever to E, all right? So it's in E. We are going to move this, which we're already in. Put the lathe in neutral, into this column, and then we want to be in A. Okay, so now we're in A. All right. We need to slow down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this so you can see at. Come on, honey. All right. At about 50 RPM. Okay. And I'm going to move the tool away so we don't hit anything, okay? This is called a thread chasing dial, okay? Or not even thread, just a chasing dial. And it's tied with a gear to this lead screw, okay? And if we see on here, we can read, it says even threads, you can engage at any line. Odd threads on any number, okay? So even threads on any line, I can go on any of them. And this is called the half nut. So let me just show you, okay? So we're running, you can see, it's running really slow, all right? And watch how fast it's gonna go. Okay, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to stop in that thread relief. There's just no way, all right? So I'm gonna have to break every rule that there is. I'm gonna have to go all the way to 25 RPM. I can go slower than that on this particular machine. I don't want to, it's just too slow. That's how slow it is, okay? Now, when I go, that's still really fast. Let me put this into perspective. I've got to stop that tool in that slot, okay? That's about and it's too slow. It's too slow of a cutting speed, okay? And this is carbide, so it's gonna tear a lot, all right? But I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to find my zero here, okay? And I'm using a piece of paper. There, it's starting to, just gonna go a little bit more. All right, my paper is dragging through, okay? So, yep, okay, We'll take it, all right? We'll call that, well, it's already there. We'll call that 0. All right? This is how I'm going to be doing my depth, not on the compound rest. You guys, traditionally, when you cut threads, this is a 0 return, okay? And this is your depth of cut. We're not cutting threads. We're cutting a helix. I know I've said that a few times. So we're all set, and let's just see how this goes. Forward course A, we're at 2 threads. Done. As low as I can go, 25 RPM. I'm using the half nut, not the power feed, and I'm watching this chasing dial, okay? You ready? What I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna do basically a scratch pass, and it's gonna put a line in on around where my spiral is, okay? And then I'm gonna go in 5 thousandths of an inch. I'm not gonna take any kind of heavy cut at all because the RPM is just way too slow for this procedure, okay? But we're doing it anyway. So here we go. I'm gonna bring the tool up close, and I can go, I'm just gonna go on a number though. So there's 4, let's see. So I'm not even touching, you can see that, but that's good, it'll be a good practice. So I need to come out, I need to come out in that relief that I gave, okay? So I'm gonna back this out a little bit, and now when I come up here, I'm gonna go in 5 thousandths of an inch, okay? And I'm just gonna go on a number, being superstitious. And there, we're starting to generate the spiral. I got my hand on the half nut, okay, and I'm coming out right in there. I mean, you gotta be quick. All right, so I'm gonna do another 5, so that's gonna be 10 on the dial. All right, I'm not gonna talk anymore. I can't talk and do this at the same time, okay? So I'm not gonna talk anymore. Sorry. Hope I'm catching it on camera. Okay, 15 on the dial. I hope I'm getting this on. You can hear it scraping a little bit, but it's cutting all right. Man, you gotta be quick. Whew. Okay. So we're gonna go 20 on the dial. All right. Now I can't see. Whew. All right, I'm gonna do a scratch pass, and that's basically not taking any more depth. I'm gonna run this through probably a couple times. I want to clear anything out of there. See that? I want to clear stuff out of there. I don't want to. Do another one. Just the more times I do this, the more chances I have of blowing it. All right. $25. scratch pass. Okay. $30. $30. Okay. And I'm gonna do 31. And it'll be like a scratch pass too, and then we'll take a look and see what we got. Okay. Let's take a look. I'm trying to stop. Yeah, good. You can see, if you look closely, you can see what I mean by how it's tearing it. It's not necessarily a nice cut. See how that's has a nice finish in that thread relief right there? And this is all dull, and there's stuff in there and all that. Okay. Let me get a. Sometimes you can see better. Okay. So that's it. I can tell that's it, but I'm gonna go a little deeper because I want to. So let's go to 40. Let's go to 40. One more time. Still moving metal, that's for sure. I want to look at this. I want to look at this transition here. Looks pretty. I'm actually going to get the magnifying glass. And I know that you're not going to be able to see this, but I need to be able to see this. Okay, that's good. And then, let's see. There it is. Yeah. All right. And let me look at the profile of this. I'm gonna go a little deeper. I don't think I'm playing with fire here, but I am gonna do it. Hope I don't huff this. Okay, so I'm just gonna do, so I want 45 on the, I'm just gonna do about 43 there, okay? And, oh yeah, I'm glad I did that. All right, so now, hang on. One more time. One more time, Blake, you can do it. You can do it, dude. You can do it. Got it. We got it. All right, sweet. So there's some burrs on the edges, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna grab my Scotch-Brite. So I'm gonna grab the rougher Scotch-Brite first. And, take this out of course. And we're gonna go back to, there we go. All right. Take this out. And let's just touch this. We're not taking anything out of the diameter. It's stainless. I mean, we are a little bit, you know, but we'd have to be here for a while to even move a thou. It would take hours to just, I just want to get rid of a lot of those burrs. Okay. Actually, there it is. Let's see what I've got here. 320, it's 500. Let's see how. Let's see what we got. That does not look half bad. That looks good there too. Okay, I think I got it. Do it again. You can see that. Hopefully you'll be able to see that transition in there. All right, okay. And the front looks pretty good. That I know already. So, get rid of this around, and let's fix my camera. Let's drill a hole. Okay. So let's take this live center out of here, put in our drill chuck. We're not out of the woods yet, just so you know. Anyone who thinks that we got it, we're not out of the woods yet. 1032 thread, 21 drill. I have these all set up already because I like to go. I don't like to hunt for stuff. So here's a number 21. Okay. Okay, and here's our chuck key, some oil. I'm gonna leave the lathe in 360. Okay, and bring this up close here, and I'm gonna go in. I know what the print says. It says 1/2 inch, but I'm gonna pretty much go in an inch. Because that's about the length of the threads on this tap. And what I'm concerned about is I want a 1/2 inch minimum of full thread, okay? Which means that I need to stop up higher on this tap, right? But I need somewhere for the chips to go. The chips on this tap are going that way. They're going into the hole, not out. So I'm gonna drill about an inch deep, okay, or inch and a 1/16. At least that's the plan. Okay, I crashed. No. All right, let's go. So let's get a little oil going here. And we're just gonna take this nice and slow, all right? All right, already. Freaking stainless. Excuse me. All right, that's nice. All right. So, same trick as before. Back the tailstock off a little. I'm gonna set this at 1 inch, okay? And then I'm gonna bring up the tip of the drill bit in there about 1 inch. Or I'm gonna bring the tip of the drill bit up on the face of the part. I'll lock the tailstock. The scale on the ram is 1 inch, but we know those aren't very accurate. And we're gonna go just a little bit over 1 inch, okay? There's 1 inch. Just gonna do, I'll do 1 1/8 inches, all right? I want somewhere for those chips to go. Okay. That out. And we are done. All right. Okay, now. Clean my drill bit. Put my drill back because that's my new thing. Putting my drills away now. I used to leave them out, man. I used to leave them out and have to go. I'd spend like an hour sorting drills. My new thing. I put my drills away. Okay. I'm gonna extend this ram and make sure, bring this up close. And I've got, if I move that far, okay, I got enough room down there, okay? Excuse me. I'm gonna lock the ram and I'm gonna adjust my speed. I'm gonna go down to 68. I'm gonna go slower than that. I'm gonna go to 50. Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna load my tap up with some oil. I'm gonna try and get some oil in that hole. And I gotta do something else, I forgot. There's a little catch down here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna power tap in case anyone hasn't figured it out yet. And so when I go in, I'll be in forward. And then when I reach, you know, where I need to be on the tap, I'm gonna put the machine in reverse and pull the tap out, okay? So, I know. Usually this is where the internet goes, are you nuts? Just, yeah, I guess so. But this works. And I got my boots on today, so it's a little slippery. But let's just do this, okay? Let's just do this. So here we go. Ready? Here we go. We're going. We're going. Nice and slow. Just feed this in. I'm pushing on the tailstock. Okay. And I've got my hand on the lever. And reverse. Now I'm pulling on it. And we're out, okay? This is also the point of which if I had compressed air, I'd shoot some air in there. All right? turn off the lathe, take my tap out. Okay. And put the tap back. Put the drill chuck back. Get this out of the way. All right. And still recording good. Okay. And that's it. All right. So get this dirty rag. But that's one side, okay? And we're good, all right? I think that's gonna work nicely. All right? So now what we're gonna do is flip it and do the other side. Let's see, let me put this in neutral. And about ready to lose batteries on everything. And I can't see. Okay. So that, I think that turned out pretty nice. Considering. Okay? Okay? Second half. Let's see where we go. 94. I'm gonna do 9 and take a measurement. It's not too bad. Okay. 12. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to do 4, 3.5. You can do 3.5. 1, 2. Trying to split the line there. Okay, coming into 41. Lock this. Okay. That looks pretty good. Let's get a measurement and let's see. So right there, it's like, it's just hovering above 8, okay? So we're good. So, because remember the mics, it's 0.75 plus 0.8 is 1383, okay? So I'm not explaining this very well. 141 times 2 is 282, okay? And we are at, if you, here, right? We're at 0.28. So we're at, well, I'll just look, I'll show you on the, we're at 0.2. We're at 200 plus 0.75 plus 0.085, a little bit less than that. So that's 5, that's 13, that's 8, it's 283. And that's really good. That's what we want. Just trust me, that's what we want. That'll work nicely. Okay, and we can call that. And let me lower the speed so I don't forget. And let's chamfer. All right. Well, now we don't want to bend anything. All right, that's good. And now, get this out of the way. And I'm just gonna file this in. Okay, see that it's coming in like that. That's pretty good. All right, let's get some sandpaper. It's worn out. Oh, some 3-2. There we go. This is what we want. Okay. Just gonna work on that tip just a little bit there. Let's get some 400. There's some 500. We'll do that. Let's get some 400 here. Okay. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yes. 7. Boom. Okay. So, see, just maybe a hair over. I mean, just a hair over 7. Okay. So if we change this, so we got. Remember, we've got 200 plus 0.75 to 200 plus 25, 50, 75. And then we got a 7. All right. So that's 12, 8, 282. All right. It's on. It's on. It's just a smidget over 7. Maybe just like a 1/10 or 2. All right. And then just for kicks, bring this out. I don't trust this mic. I trust this mic. Okay. So we're 1 under. 1 under. Yeah, we're 1 under there. And about 1.5. 1.5 under there. Okay. That's gonna work good. I'll clean this up more a little bit on the off camera with some sandpaper, but we can check out this part. All right. I'm gonna clean this up. I'm not crazy about that. I'll clean that up with some sandpaper. But other than that, it looks pretty good. And it's pretty good, all right? So, have a good week.